Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. Today we're in West Sussex. We're doing Petworth ROC Post. And what's really interesting about this ROC Post, now I could be wrong because the dates amaze me actually. It was from 1966 to 1968, which is 2 years in existence. And I'm a bit sort of like, really? Have I got that wrong? But that's the dates that were given. So it's only had 2 years of actual active service. And it's remarkably good condition on top, to be honest with you. I wasn't, there's a lot of lit around here. So I suppose, you have the assumed sort of thing that might be the case, that you're sort of like, well, could be worse. But I suppose in a strange way, even though it's labelled as Petworth, I suppose it's really Duncton. So yeah, we're on a high point, but again, this one's really strange because it is in quite a heavily wooded area. So when we talk about sort of having a 360-degree view, which we normally would get most of the time on our sort of ROC post, this one really hasn't got that at all. It's on a high point, but apart from that, that is pretty much it. In fact, actually, the farmer's field is over on that side. There's a huge hole that somebody put into it, and if we look down, you'll see that it's, you might see it, it's a bit flooded. Just test this, I didn't actually do that. The ladder's fairly stable, and then the counterweight works perfectly, actually. So, yeah. I suppose we're just going to have to go down and have a look, aren't we? Come on. Right, so we've entered, and the first thing that greets you is this foul, smells of weed, basically, stale weed. So you can imagine that, well, do you have to imagine? I mean, it's fairly obvious what's been going on down here. Making spliffs and drugs and all manner of things. Quite cavernous again, so we know that it's been hollowed out. The layout is just totally screwed. There is the original framing. The two doors are here. So one for the store, the store, I suppose you could sort of say, and then the other one, which is the main door, and they're actually in relatively good condition. Yeah, you've got the original hangers, the coat hangers, you've got the latch, you've got a switch there for a light, but I mean, really, it's seen better days. I mean, really has seen better days. But then again, we're in an ROC post. What do you expect? The amount of graffiti that's on here, what do you expect? I'm very careful as to what I'm treading on though, however. They've got the original bed springs, I'm assuming from one of the beds that was here. We've got a table that's set up. You've got a cupboard which wouldn't have been in that position. And then, if we look, sump, the handle's obviously broken, so again, yep, seen better days. The drain is full of water. And the store, obviously there's no chemical toilet in there whatsoever, but there are an array of different things like bottles and bits of wood that people have clearly come in here and discovered for themselves. Let's have a look at the vent up top. Yeah, that's right. If we look up, like I said, the best thing actually is the counterweight. It's in remarkably good condition and it's working so well. But yeah, an ROC post that is exactly what you'd expect if you ever did come to one. If you're not, what I mean by that is, if you've never been to an ROC post before, I'd say that this one is a good indicator of what most of them look like inside, except most of them are probably damp underfoot. The only damp that we've got is obviously in the drain that's over there. I apologise for the semi-weak light that I'm using, but it seems to be working okay for today. I didn't bother sort of bringing anything heavy with me because, again, it's an ROC post. Lots of modern chalk graffiti. Again, the doors, you know, the doors are in amazing condition under the circumstances. And for its short shelf life that it had, you know, the fact that it's still here, it's pretty impressive. But yeah, it's just the smell that hit me straight away. It was this stable weed sort of smell that is very distinctive, and it just sort of hits you right in the face the moment I sort of started walking down. I don't really want to concentrate on the other stuff. Perry's ink velvet, what the hell? And then some mushroom. I'm assuming these are little lamps. They are, yeah. The vent shaft. Again, you know, it's still there. The framing is amazing that they've still got the original framing for the cabling that was around here. But apart from that, I hate to say it, nothing else. And yet everything I would have expected. So like I said, if you've never been to an ROC post, I'd say this one's a great example of what you'd expect most of the time in the condition that it's in. Hollowed out, maybe a couple of shelves, maybe a door, and that's pretty much it. Sump broken, damp on the floor. I mean, it pretty much sums it all up, doesn't it? Well, I'm not going to spend any more time under here for obvious reasons, but let's get out of here and let me just show you one more time. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's go. Right, so let's shut it. Oh, it's a good action, that. It's a beautiful action when that works. It's one of the best ones I've seen actually for how good a condition that is. Beautiful counterweight. So as we look up here, I mean, the rest of it is in fairly good condition. The vent itself is still here. Obviously the wooden slots that would have been in there, the slits have gone. Obviously the power indicators, the bomb power indicators are here, all different versions of them, obviously for different uses. I've explained that in different videos. Again, you should watch some older ones. Again, just amazing how they're in the condition that they are when sometimes you don't see them like that. But apart from that, it's actually in relatively good condition, and I'm surprised because the amount of waste that is surrounding this, I mean, it's a complete tip, to be honest with you. You know, it's just a complete tip all around here. But I'm surprised, you know, except for the funky smells. Then apart from that, no, it's good. So there you go. That was Petworth ROC Post. In immortal words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Another ROC Post ticked off. West Sussex tick. We've done that as well. It's quite a nice treat for me to come to West Sussex and to tick off some military history. Because I'm not really in this sort of part of the country much, really. Normally in Hampshire or Wiltshire area, so it's quite nice for me to come across this side. Anyway, like I said, thank you so much for coming along with me. In immortal words of Phoenix history, because history matters, feel free to spread the word. The channel really means a lot, and stay safe no matter what you're doing. And that was the interesting, wasn't it? The interesting ROC post at Petworth. Stay tuned, take care everybody. See y'all later. Kapow.